Hey everyone, welcome back to DevPulse, your weekly dose of news from the game dev world. This week, we're covering big releases, studio shakeups, and the stories players can't stop talking about. Let's dive in. Let's kick things off with Sony's latest state of play. It was a concise 35-minute showcase but packed with updates. The headline grabber, Marvel's Wolverine from Insomniac. We finally got a full gameplay trailer and a release window. It's fall 2026. The tone is dark, brutal, and definitely not your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Housemarque also showed off extended gameplay for their new project Saros. If you loved Returnal, this one looks like it'll keep the studio's trademark intensity just with a fresh setting. All in all, not the biggest showcase, but Sony did deliver some clear updates on what's next for PlayStation. Next to Hades 2 finally launched this week on Switch and Switch 2, and the reviews are pouring in. The critical consensus? Supergiant has done it again. Everyone is calling it another masterpiece, praising the art, combat and soundtrack. That said, some reviewers, like Kotaku and Polygon, argue that the sequel adds a bit too much complexity, losing a bit of the razor-sharp focus of the original. Player reaction has been overwhelmingly positive though. On Reddit and forums, fans are loving the combat depth and story, with only a small group grumbling about difficulty spikes. So yeah, it's safe to say Supergiant has another hit on its hands, and Hades 2 is shaping up to be one of the biggest indie-driven launches of the year. Meanwhile, Silent Hill F is stirring up quite a storm. Reviews from big outlets are mostly positive, calling it a chilling and atmospheric return for the series. But the player base is split. On YouTube and Reddit, some fans are accusing critics of overhyping it, pointing to brighter visuals and more action-oriented gameplay that break away from the classic Silent Hill vibes. Others argue the game nails horror in new ways and deserves the praise. What's happening here feels less like a simple bad game, good game debate, and more like a clash of expectations. Die-hard fans wanting old-school Silent Hill versus a modern reinterpretation. Either way, the conversation is loud and it's keeping the game in the spotlight. A quick note on Arena Breakout Infinite, the tactical extraction shooter just hit PC with a free-to-play launch on Steam and Epic. It's been getting attention as kind of Tarkov-light, with tense raids, realistic gunplay, and a huge array of weapon attachments. Early buzz is positive on the immersion, though some players are side-eyeing monetization and balance. Definitely one to watch as it carves out the space in the extraction shooter scene. On the business front, one of the more interesting moves this week is Splash Damage breaking away from Tencent. After being under Tencent's umbrella via its acquisition of parent company Liu in 2020, the studio has now been acquired by private equity investors and is no longer owned by Tencent. They've confirmed they'll keep operating under their existing leadership, but further details are scarce. This move signals how even veteran studios are renegotiating their independence in a shifting investment landscape, especially in a time when layoffs, project cancellations and consolidation still dominate the headlines. So, to wrap up, Sony teases Wolverine and Saros, Hades 2 lives up to the hype with some debate over its complexity, Silent Hill F has critics and players clashing over quality, and the industry keeps wrestling with layoffs and cancellations. That's it for DevPulse this week. If you enjoyed this video, drop a comment, leave a like, and hit the subscribe button for more news. See ya!